The most famous Jana Nayagan line, ISN, T spoken aloud. It's the moment it makes you rethink. In this guide, we step into a lyric video that treats a song like a courtroom where melody becomes evidence and every syllable is a verdict. Best Jana Nayagan Thalapathy Kacheri, ISN, T, just about captioning words. It's about tuning the listening eye so the listener sees leadership as rhythm, restraint, and resonance. Context first. Why now? The world is flooded with quick clips. But one lyric video can become a quiet teacher if it slows down enough to let meaning breathe. This video guide ISNT about adding gloss. It's about aligning sound, image, an idea so a chorus can carry a philosophy. We're not chasing viral stunts. We're inviting a patient, reflective engagement, the kind that stretches a viewer from the first frame to the last thought. The core idea is simple. The lyrics are not only what you hear, they're when you pause, how you frame the lines, and which words you choose to illuminate a larger truth about leadership. Jana Nayagan translates to people as leader, and the lyric video, properly crafted, becomes a study in how mass appeal meets moral ambiguity. The guide asks, when a crowd cheers, who feels seen? When a leader speaks, what remains unsaid? The lyric video becomes a map of that tension. Now, the narrative unfolds with three threads. First, typography as temperament. Second, timing as responsibility. Third, context as moral gravity. Typography should breathe. In this guide, we favor clean sans for modern resolve, with selective serif accents to mark tradition's weight. Color matters too. A warm amber for hope, a cool slate for doubt, a sudden red for convocation or warning. The moment a line asserts authority, let the typography lean forward. When the idea reveals its limits, soften the kerning, widen the line breaks, invite a breath. Timing is not about speed, it's about cadence. The chorus repeats, but the video repeats the meaning. We align subtitle timing to natural breath. Not every syllable needs a separate line. Let deep lines ride on a longer beat while shorter phrases land quickly, like a footfall in a quiet hall. When a proverb appears, give it its own line, its own stage, so viewers feel the weight rather than skim it. Context roots the video in lived experience. A mere lyric list becomes memory when you pair imagery that echoes both cinema as myth and ordinary life as fragility. Show a cityscape at dawn that mirrors the song's awakening tone. Add archival frames that nod to political theater without preaching. Invite viewers to contrast a grand speech with a private moment of doubt. Context is the heartbeat that prevents the lyric from turning into mere decoration. Here comes a turning point. The turning point is not a shock twist so much as a reconsideration. What if the best way to honor the lyric's power is to acknowledge the limits of even its most confident lines? A Thalapathy's charisma can illuminate crowds. Yet the lyric video's responsibility is to illuminate humility, the willingness to ask what a famous phrase omits, what it promises, and what it hides from view. This is where the twist arrives. Leadership, the video guides you to notice gaps, the spaces between lines, the pauses where truth waits. When the camera lingers on a crowd and the lyric aligns with a softer musical turn, the viewer is invited to feel the tension between spectacle and sincerity. The strongest moments in a lyric video are the ones that trust the viewer to fill in the rest with their own reflection. Let S talk structure, opening, development, and reflection. The opening scene sets a paradox, a voice that commands attention rather than shouts. The opening beat asks you to listen with more than your ears. Listen with your past experience of political or cinematic rhetoric. Then, as the verses unfold, we present a concordance phrases that echo across lines, ideas that echo across screens, so that repetition becomes remembrance rather than redundancy. The development stage uses micro-stories. A worker's silhouette against a rising sun. A bus window catching a fading billboard. Dialogue excerpts that never say more than they must, but imply the stakes. These vignettes aren't filler. They're the social context that makes the lyric-esque call to leadership feel earned. The video uses motion design to mirror the music-esque arc. Steady push toward a peak, then a deliberate, almost meditative release. Then emerges the turning point, a deliberate counter-moment. A line that seems to promise certainty is counterbalanced by a quiet cut to a lone figure walking away. The effect is not cynicism, it's invitation. The viewer is asked to consider, if a leader is a chorus, what is the responsibility of those who listen? The video nudges you to hold two truths, at once the power that unites and the power that asks for accountability. Resolution arrives as synthesis. The final chorus recaps the core insights, not as a sermon, but as a synthesis. Leadership is a shared performance, where words expect to be heard and the world expects to be understood. The lyric video leaves you with a paradox to carry forward. Power admired can still require caution. Charisma can coexist with skepticism. Reverence can be earned, not granted by slogan alone. In the closing frame, the best Jana Nayagan lyric video guides you to see leadership as a living conversation, not a final verdict. It asks you to listen for what the song implies about responsibility, not just what it declares about glory. The final line doesn't close the door. It opens a window for further inquiry. As you watch, you'll notice the balance. Lyrics that demand attention, visuals that respect your intelligence, and pacing that gives time for thought to settle. That is the craft of a lyric video that hopes to become part of a viewer's ongoing dialogue with power, memory, and culture. If you've ever watched a song become a way to think differently, you're ready for the next one. The guide doesn't pretend to have all the answers. It offers a method. Listen longer, read the space between, and let leadership reveal itself in the quiet as much as in the roar. Now, what question will you carry forward from this listening? What part of Jana Nayagan does your own life rehearse in daily acts? To keep the method practical, let us break the craft into 3 actionable pillars you can apply to any Jana Nayagan lyric video. SFX, soft_chime. 0. 8 Pillar 1. Decode the lines as argument. The lyric isn't a paraphrase of power. It's a position in a quiet debate. Ask what the line is arguing for, and what it consciously or indirectly leaves out. The strength isn't the roar, but the payoff when you test the claim against experience. If a line promises unity, seek the fractures in the frame, who is included, who is asked to sacrifice, who remains unseen. This isn't cynicism. It's a deliberate reading that turns surface gloss into a map of meaning. Pillar 2. Visual ethics as interpretive gravity. Visuals should test the lyric-esque claim without overwhelming it. Pair grand, cinematic cues with intimate, ordinary moments. A crowded street echoing triumph. Then a single person pausing in a doorway. These contrasts reveal how leadership sounds in different rooms. Let archival texture rub shoulders with current reality. But let the imagery never pretend to speak the whole truth. The strongest lyric videos become conversations between spectacle and restraint, between memory and possibility. Pillar 3. Rhythm of reading and listening. Timing is not mere punctuation, it's moral pacing. Let the subtitles breathe. Give important lines a longer frame. Then let a quick beat carry the next thought. When a line repeats, consider changing type, color, or a line breaks to signal significance rather than redundancy. The musician and the viewer share the same breath. Honor that space. In this rhythm, the viewer has space to reflect, to question, to feel the weight of a claim before the next one lands. Now, a practical moment you can apply tonight. Pick a stanza that feels declarative, the kind that makes a room feel momentarily resolved. Animate the word leader with a subtle glow. But let the surrounding crowd fade slightly as that glow grows. Then cut to a quiet, almost empty frame where a single figure contemplates before replying, then bring back the chorus. not with louder sound, but with a sharper, more conscious cadence. The point isn't to overpower. It's to stage responsibility within resonance. SFX, heartbeat, 0. 6. A quick 3-step exercise for creators. Step 1. Choose a pivotal line and write 2 subtitle variants, one faithful to the surface meaning, one that foregrounds a counterpoint or a humility cue. Step 2. Select a visual motif that can carry both readings: city dawn for awakening, a doorway for choice. Hands reaching for a collective action. Step 3. Test the sequence aloud, listening for gaps where the audience might fill in with their own experience. If a moment sounds too confident, pull back. If it reads as a call to action, sharpen the invitation rather than prescribing the answer. Ethics and responsibility deserve a calm, constant presence. A lyric video can magnify leadership, but can also amplify empty. So ask, what is the responsibility of visibility here? How can the video honor doubt without dampening hope? How does context reshape the line's impact when watched by someone decades younger or in a different cultural frame? Answering these questions creates not a sermon, but a conversation that endures beyond the screen. As this guide extends, remember the aim. A lyric video that treats a celebrated line as a living suggestion, not a final decree. Let your craft invite viewers to listen not just to the words, but to the spaces between them, the pauses where understanding can arrive, the echoes where accountability can begin. The best Jana Nayagan lyric video becomes a quiet mentor, prompting a reader to test leadership against their own daily acts, and to carry forward a question long after the screen goes dark. What other frames could reveal the same line as complexity? What would your next cut say about power? And what would it leave unsaid for the audience to decide? The memory of leadership, like a song, travels best when it challenges us to listen longer, to read more closely, and to act with a little more